One day, a professor walked into the classroom with a calm smile and said, "Today, we'll have a surprise test." The students exchanged puzzled glances. A mix of curiosity and worry filled the air. They quickly took their seats and prepared for what was to come. The professor handed out the papers one by one and instructed, "Keep them face down until everyone has received theirs." Once all the sheets were distributed, he said, "Now you may turn them over." To their astonishment, there were no questions, only a blank white page with a single black dot in the center. The students looked at each other, confused, wondering what it could mean. Sensing their curiosity, the professor said, "I want you to write about what you see on the paper." Though uncertain, the students began writing, describing the black dot, its size, its position, and what it might symbolize. After a while, the professor collected all the papers and started reading the responses aloud. Every single student had written only about the black dot. When he finished, he looked around the silent room and said softly, "I'm not going to grade this test. I wanted to give you something to think about." He paused, then continued, "All of you had a white sheet before you, a large clean space, yet every one of you focused only on the small black dot." He looked at his students and said, "Our lives are just like this paper. Life gives us vast white spaces filled with blessings, but we often fixate on the tiny black dots, the problems and disappointments we face." He smiled gently and went on, "We have so much to be grateful for: nature that refreshes us, friends who stand by us, families who love us, and work that sustains us. But instead," he said, "we spend our time worrying about the small things, health issues, money troubles, strained relationships, or unmet expectations." He paused to let his words sink in. It's important to recognize and appreciate the good things, no matter how small or ordinary they may seem. A peaceful walk in the park, a good book, laughter shared with a friend, or a quiet moment to ourselves. These are worth cherishing. When we shift our focus from the black dots to the white space, he said, we begin to find happiness and contentment in everyday life. The professor's words struck a deep chord. The class sat silent, reflecting. He added, "Those dark spots are actually very small compared to all the bright areas of our lives, yet we let them dominate our minds. Try to see the bigger picture, be thankful for the good, and enjoy every moment that life offers." He looked around the room and said softly, "Live so fully and joyfully that your life becomes a beacon of happiness and inspiration to others." "If we observe closely," he continued, "our lives truly resemble a sheet of white paper with a black dot. Everyone faces problems, but there's so much beauty around us too." "Yes, problems need our attention," he said, "but they should not overshadow the countless blessings we have. Often we only realize our fortune after seeing someone who lacks what we take for granted, someone without a home, or someone who cannot see. Such moments remind us to be grateful," he said. "Yet our minds naturally focus on problems, but we can train them to see the good. Focusing on positivity doesn't mean ignoring our troubles," he explained. "It means acknowledging them, but refusing to let them dominate our hearts. This balanced outlook improves our mental and emotional health. It fosters gratitude, builds resilience, and reduces stress. When we choose gratitude over worry," he said, "we find strength to handle challenges and joy in the simplest things. So," the professor concluded, "let us learn to appreciate the white space in our lives, embrace the beauty, the blessings, and the quiet gifts each new day brings.